I'm just waiting for the chat to load right now.
Hooray!
Yeah, you should be live. I'm just double checking.
I can't tell if I'm live.
You are.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the channel. How's everybody doing today on YouTube and Facebook? So, I don't have the names and questions coming down yet, Chris.
Let's see.
Oh, it's starting.
Okay, it's just slow, but yeah.
Hi, Jen. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Jay. Hi, RJ. Bridget. Hello. Oh, here they go. Hi, Holland. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Donna, Nancy, Patricia, Sam C. That's the first member. Hi, Sam C. Missy, Tabitha, Athinta. What's that one? Hello from Canada. Mary, Deborah, Giselle, Tammy. Hi, Susan. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Diane. Hi, Colleen. I have no announcements today. I won't be boring you folks today. We're going to get right into it. I was traveling back from the lake house, and I didn't think I was going to make it today because there was so much traffic on the road for Sunday. I just couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. I'm surprised I'm sitting here right now still panting to get here.
Panting? Were you running?
Yeah. I had to get the stuff out of the car. I got to get my cat in the house, and she will just meow me to death until I feed her and give her food. Mm-hmm. And there's old food sitting in the bowl, and there's no way she's going to eat the new food over the old food, so you got to wipe all that out, clean it all out, give her new water. Of course, my cat doesn't drink water out of a bowl. It only drinks it out of a faucet. I have the strangest cat. If you guys have a cat that drinks only out of a faucet, please put it down in my comment section below and share that with me. Or if I could get my cat to drink out of a bowl, share that with me, because I don't know what I'm doing with that. So she'll go up and meow to the certain faucet, and it's got to be on. And I left it on one time about 4 days ago. I almost overflowed, but I caught it just in the nick of time. Yeah, so I was panicking. I left Copperopolis at 10:40.
Did you really? Wow.
And I just got in. But there's so much construction, like on the 205 and the 120 and the 580 and 680. I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to have to zoom me in for my truck.
We could do it. It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible, but I don't know how to do the buttons to push to make it happen. I'm there by myself, remember? I'm just a psychic. I just want to hit the live button and go. I'm not all this background guy. Okay, so let's hit me with some questions.
All right, Ladybug says, who should I work with, female Dr. Casper or male Dr. Lee?
I think you'll like the male doctor to work with better. Patients and staff and everything else, but I don't think either one is really bad per se. So it's your choice, but I would go with Lee.
Tricia says, hi, I just need clarity on if I'm making the right choice to move.
Yeah, I don't really see so much of it being a choice. I think you're just down and out where you're at. You're overly done with it. You just want new. You just want different. So I would go.
Judy says, hi, Chris. Will my life get better this year? This past year was terrible.
Well, I think the last 2 years, that would be accurate, yeah. I think going back 2 years, I think it's got better this last year, and then this year is better. And it will keep getting that way for you. So this year will be about 50% better in comparison to the last two. So you're on the mend, girl.
Karen says, will my son buy a house this year?
Yes, I do believe so. I think it'll be rough, and when I mean rough, it's just a lot of signing, a lot of little crap that you got to do, and you just got to have your patience and tolerance and just hand in everything that they ask, and it will be done and over. But when it's done and over, you think you just signed your life away.
Amber says, hi Chris, I just started applying for jobs. When do you see me getting a job?
I would say probably about the middle of May.
Let me see. Barbara says, will I be able to walk again?
Yeah, I believe you use those, as we say, Chris, not the armpit crutches, but the hand, forearm kind of crutches. And then you'll do a walk or two. It depends on the day, how much you've been walking, how tired you are, and then a cane. So you'll sometimes you'll be in a wheelchair, sometimes you'll be walking, sometimes you'll be able to diversify through this. But when you're just getting to the point of doing this, you're going to have to do it in spells of time, not all at once, and that concerns me with you, because once you get the notion that you start walking, you're just going to walk around the clock, and you got to give yourself some rest. Okay, Rome wasn't built in a day. But yeah, I think you're too stubborn not to walk, to be honest with you. That was a compliment.
Adelaide says, will my husband's seizures get better?
Slowly, yes, with medication and staying on what the doctors tell him to do and getting away from all of any kind of caffeine at all whatsoever.
Brenda says, what's going on with my lungs?
Well, I mean, there's irritation in the lungs. I think that you could possibly be asthmatic, so I would go in and be tested for that. And I think that they'll be able to give you a diagnosis. You are not dying anytime soon. You just have to, asthma can be serious if you're not aware of it and you don't take care of it. But as long as you take care of it, then you're fine. And I think because people with asthma can go around and have allergy things, different times of seasons of the year, and that could bring on the asthma. And asthma can come on different times in people's lives.
Missy says, my son has gotten fever since he was 2. Is there a reason that he's still getting fever several years later?
I think you've been to the doctors. I think you've unturned every corner of the spectrum what you could do, and it's just kind of how his system runs a little bit hot. I mean, my cholesterol is like 480, and every time a doctor sees it, they flip out. They flip out. My mom's was higher than mine. This was been this way since I think the first time I checked it at the age of 16, and I'm 55 now. Hasn't changed a bit. It's just the way I run. So, but every time a doctor reads it, I'll tell you right now, my cholesterol's really high, and they just give me the biggest lecture. But it's the way it is.
Luna Lane says, how can I get rid of my terrifying nightmares?
Talk to God before you go to sleep. Talk to your spirit guide before you go to sleep. Talk to yourself mainly. And just, you don't want to have nightmares. You don't want to have even dreams for a while. You want to get some good quality rest. Start meditating. Start visualizing. And stop watching all the crazy stuff you watch on TV and movies and things like that. Calm that down. Go to funny and comedy things for a while. And just get all of that out of your head for a bit. You might want to even go in and have a hypnosis done. I believe it would work. Go into some counseling and get things off your chest so you vent all the time. You're not carrying anything around with you. You're not crazy. You're just having a really hard time in this rut that you're in, and we got to pull you out of it. That's all it is.
Deborah says, Chris, which detox do you recommend for me?
Well, I don't detox. I really don't. So I don't know if I would really go that route. I'm probably not the right person to ask for this, but I would just really watch my eating and nutrition. I'm not into liquids and starving myself and doing all that. I just don't believe in that so much.
Looking for one.
You're still reading them from this, going like this?
Yep.
They pause a little bit. You get lucky once in a while.
Yeah, every little bit there's a pause. Island Girl 53 says, should I work with a business coach?
I think that would be a fantastic idea, and I would say yes, yes, and yes again. I like the pictures of the people. I can see who they are. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a very personal.
It really is nice.
Deanna says, will my financial situation get better if I move out of state?
Well, the finances get better, but your mood certainly is not going to be a whole really great. I mean, I think you like where you're at as far as the state that you're in. If you want a perfect scenario, I would go and check out different types of organizations that will take over, and go into your loan, and you just pay one company and a low interest rate over time, and sometimes you can double up on that. Just don't take the credit cards out and re-spend on them. And I would actually really stay in the state that you're in, because you don't want to get your bills paid down and then hate and be miserable where you're at either. You want to be happy and get them paid down. So I would stay in the state and pay them down.
Lizzie says, our son will need heart surgery shortly after birth. I'm terrified. What's the name of his spirit guide, please?
Jeremy would be his guide's name, and he's going to be just fine. He's a strong one. This is his last life. He's an old soul. This ain't his first rodeo, so he's going to be just fine. You, on the other hand, you're going to be worried and upset and probably a mess. Rightfully so. You're a parent. Okay, I've been there too. And I can't psychically see for myself. I don't know if you know this or not, or my close friends or my family. I get absolutely nothing. In fact, I'd go see a really good psychic if I could find one. So I know it's going to be okay. I hope that helps as much as it can help. And let's just say you're probably going to worry yourself sick through it. It's going to be fine.
Linda says, Chris, my mother has been seeing her relatives. She's 90. Do you think she'll be passing soon?
I think this is the exact sign that she's given all of you, letting you know that they're round four. She's not going crazy. She's actually seeing them and talking to them and having involvement in astral projections. I really think that the time is pretty close to now. I mean, ultimately, I always believe it's between the individual and God. But when you mention this to me, I feel like they're right there at that point. So I think it could be any day.
Oh, Wendy says, who cut my tires?
That would be a gentleman about 4 doors down when you come out of your house to the right. But there's no way to prove this. You should get some type of camera on the front of the house, because even at that sense, it would be dark in the way that they were dressed. I don't even think you'd get identification. So it's just one of those things. It was some type of dare or bet. It wasn't a past relationship or someone that, necessarily personally hates you. It's just you got picked.
Cindy says, will my husband get legalized here in America?
Legal aid?
Legalized.
Legalized. Yeah, but it's going to be about a good 22 months, just shy of 2 years, to be able to make all that happen and have, the proper documentation to be legally.
Riza says, I have anxiety so bad while driving. It stops me from driving on the highway. Please help me to understand why this is happening.
Well, I think even being in a car, period, is not in your comfort zone. This is not past life where you might think it is. This is something that you just really don't feel comfortable in doing. And so with that being said, don't do it. Don't drive. My mother, Sylvia, would drive maybe once or twice in her life, in her whole entire lifetime. Why? My mom didn't like driving. She didn't have anything in the past life, anything in this life. She just didn't like to do it. You are the same way. You're going to hate it no matter what. So just stop doing it. And you can make Uber and friends and this and that. And you can make it all work. My mother did it, so you can do it too. But I wouldn't be putting myself in the position of something that you're just anxiety miserable with, because I don't think this is going to get better. I don't think it's going to go away. It didn't go away from my mother, and it looks like a lot when you tell me this, the same senses I have with my mom with hers. And trust me, if my mom could go and drive, she would do it, and she didn't drive very often. Like I said, maybe once or twice in her life.
Laura says, is there a loving, committed relationship coming in soon?
Not soon, no. Not until about this time. I'd say April of next year, so it's a little over 1 year. This individual will have brown hair, hazel eyes, athletic and outgoing, and I do believe works a lot. Something that does with boating and wakeboarding and this kind of stuff. But I don't think he's doing that as a sport. I think he's just in the background of that. And I think he does well, and I think he's a good guy. Seems to be sensitive and intelligent, just what you're looking for, so that's good. I can't get over how fast these things are going.
What was that? Sorry, I coughed.
I said I can't get over how fast these things are going. I can't read them. Well, now it's stopped. It took off again.
It takes a break. Lindsay says, hi Chris, can you tell me the name of the man I'm going to spend my life with?
No, can't do that, but I can describe him for you. He's got brownish reddish hair. He has light brown eyes. He has a goatee. He has a full head of hair. It's about to the collar, and I think he's about 3 years your senior. He has a little bit torso, and the legs are about the same length as I got longer legs than torso. It looks like he has a bump a little bit on his nose, but it looks good with his face. And very hairy forearms. But a really nice guy, a really charismatic person, and terribly funny. I think this guy will keep you laughing at stitches, so there's something to say for that. So I believe you'll be happy. Now, if I were to get a name, what bothers me with that is I could get a name, but it may not be the name that he's using. He could use a nickname, go by his second name, abbreviate his name. And I could give you one of those. Doesn't mean he's using it. That'll throw you off. A description doesn't change.
Holly says, what day will my grandson be born?
What day will grandson be born? I believe it'll be about, from the projected due date, about 6 to 7 days early from that projected date.
Sandra says, hi Chris, will my fundraiser be a success?
I think it's worth doing it. I think it'll go well. I think the next one after this will be even better. So I think you're starting something really good that's going to continue on and grab momentum as it goes. So good for you.
Teresa says, hi, is my grandson going to get off of this bad path?
Well, I mean, when he's ready, and that will be in about almost 3 years. So he's wild and woolly, and, there's a bit of a chemical imbalance, and he needs help with these things, and I wouldn't give him hard love because I think he'll go more into the wrong direction. So I would just kind of buy time, so to speak, see if you get him into counseling, and sometimes you'll get him, sometimes you won't, but keep it up with that. And ultimately, he'll straighten his life out, and the wildness will go by the wayside, and he'll turn into more of a model citizen, what we want and appreciate, because he's a light entity. He's got a good heart. He cares about himself. So he's going to be okay, but, he's wild. He's going to experiment with a lot.
Delaney says, I was wondering who my spirit guide is.
That would be Tiffany, and she's been with you since pretty much day one.
Valerie says, what does my soulmate look like?
Well, your soulmate's in heaven. Your soulmate's not here. So what does that look like? That would be black hair, dark brown eyes, kind of Mediterranean looking, if you will. Larger eyes, very nice smile.
Karen says, where is my son and why has he not visited me?
Where is her son and why is what?
He not visited her.
Well, I don't think he's really visited anybody. I think he's just doing his loner thing, and he's just going around and staying at some houses and just kind of living freely, if you will, and doesn't really keep in contact with anybody. He's free-spirited. Also, I think it's going back now, if there's anything that occurred and went wrong in his life for whatever reason, he blames you for it. That's not fair. It's just what's being done. It's what he's going through. And I think you'll probably have a good year or so before you hear him, and then you might say something to him that he takes the wrong way, and you say, no, I didn't mean that. I meant it like this, and then he's gone again for a while. So you just got to kind of ride the wave in and ride the wave out with it.
Jennifer says, hi Chris, I'm trying to sell a camping membership. Will it sell, and do you know for how much?
No, don't know how much. I think you're going to take quite a bit of hit on it, though, meaning that it's not going to go for very much at all, and I think it's going to be tough to go. But I think you got to just go to those camping things where they do all this type of stuff and pitch it there, because otherwise it's going to be almost impossible to unload. It's just not something that too many people are going to be interested in buying right now.
Andrea says, what are my themes?
Primary theme, that would be caretaker. Secondary theme would be humanitarian. So you're both on track with both of those life themes already. So it's great that you're not off track. I panic a little bit when someone's off track because I got to get them all back on track.
Victoria says, hi, will I get my old driving job back?
Absolutely yes, but I would say, what are you waiting for? Get on it right now.
Nico says, hi Chris, what's my spirit guide's name?
Timmy, and I believe that there are many past lives with your guide. We all mainly have the guides, but someone that has 7 to 10 past lives with it, that's a lot.
Amanda says, do you see a love interest for me soon?
Well, I mean, you do have to do your part. I mean, we still have COVID going. 6 months from now, we'll be kaput with that. But you've got to try. You've got to get out of the house. You've got to date. You've got to do things with friends. I mean, if you're not going anywhere, I mean, seriously, we got to have a common sense here. How is that supposed to work? So you have to get out and activate. If you start doing that, I think in a couple months you'll have a nice relationship in your life. But you've got to get outside.
Catherine says, are my stomach issues going to be okay?
I think it's your upper bowels. I think you have a little bit of IBS. I think you got a problem with gluten, and you're starting to get a little bit of problem with lactose. So gluten and lactose, that means if I was in your position, I'd be eating really bland. Go to a really bland diet. I would slowly start taking gluten in, see how that goes, taking lactose in, see how that goes. And you'll be able to mark how much you can have through the day. So you won't be eating a quart of ice cream, let's say. But being good with that, then I would expect you'll be, stomach and bowel aggravation free, so to speak. It's just going to depend on what you put in your stomach.
Trisha says, I have new kittens outside. Will I get them inside with the mother?
Yeah, I believe because of your creative skills, you will. Yeah, absolutely. That's cute.
Lisa says, what type of work will make me the happiest?
Well, if you wouldn't mind going to school, that would be being a psychologist, but I don't think you're going to do the schooling, which is okay, per se. So I would go in some type of teaching or some type of instructing of some sorts, mainly where you're working hands-on with people, or maybe being a director of services to things. You'd be great with that, running away in a prayer, pulling a rabbit out of a hat, getting things done, cramming and racing and doing. You like that kind of thing. That kind of stuff drives me crazy, but Some people do, they come rise to the occasion, which is you with that. So I would look for a lot of change in the job, working with people, because that's where you need to be.
Lisa says, my son has been sick for a while with no answers from doctors. Do you know what it is?
I believe something is going on with his autoimmune system. Can you find out if he was bit by a tick or anything like this nature, or had any bruising back when? This could be some type of Lyme's or have the same symptom as Lyme's. So, like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm a psychic. But I'd start looking at the autoimmune area.
Elba says, can I retire?
Not if you're going to want to afford your lifestyle right now. You have to go another 2 years. If you go another 2 years, we have a gravy train. We're going to be perfectly fine. You don't go 2 years, okay, then you retire, then you're going to have to go back out and get work. You can do that. It's your choice. I would stick in the 2 years and be done. You got to make your own decision.
Linda says, will my daughter marry her boyfriend?
Yes. Congratulations.
Bethany says, when will I meet my soulmate?
Kinder soul, soulmates in heaven. Kinder soul would be, I would say, September of next year. And a soulmate is, people get confused on this. I did too in the beginning. A soulmate could be your enemy, could be your mother, your father, could be your brother, could be your neighbor, could be same sex, opposite sex, what have you. But a kindred soul, that's the love interest. That's the connection we want, where we have what we say twin flames, or that we say is our best partner in life that we can have.
Kristen says, why do I feel like my health is crashing?
Probably because you sleep lousy, you eat lousy, you're not taking care of yourself, you're not getting the vitamins in, you're not getting exercise in, and you're starting to worry, and there's a little bit of anxiety, and you've got to flex within your hormones, so you're kind of going all around. So just take it one step at a time. Eat right, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Make sure you clock in your 8 hours. Get yourself to the gym. Get to an endocrinologist so they can tell you what the flexes your hormones are, and get that dialed in. And guess what? The depression, anxiety, everything goes away. You're normal. You just got to start taking better care of yourself. You have good genes and good genetics, and you kind of run the gamut with it. But someone that has been a little bit lackadaisical with how they take care of themselves, you're still doing very, very good, and we're all getting older, so it's more crucial now than when we were 10 or 15.
Jennifer says, I just became a life and health coach. Can you offer any guidance on who my ideal client and offering should be?
Well, I don't get their names, but I think when you start and you're doing it, you got to get people to know you. Advertisement, marketing, of course. Social media is great. As you see, look what I'm doing. I want to try to reach as many people, help as many people as I can. So you just got to get out there and be seen at parties and gatherings and put your card out there. And the one good thing we got going for you is that once you do your work, they will like it. So that person will tell another person in the family, another person in the family, another person in the family, and then they'll tell a friend, and it gathers momentum like that. And anyone will tell you, starting any type thing new, it takes a good 4 to 5 years to really root in and have your clientele base consistent, as they say. So you'll make it. The only way you won't is if you just stop doing it, which I don't think is going to happen, but you're not very patient on this. So try to be, and try to not look at it as this is your bread and butter. For now, you can do this and have another job. And then once this busy's up, you can let go of that job. That might take about 1.5 years. So there's other ways to make it work. I talk to a lot of actors and actresses, and they moonlight, and they park valet cars, or they bartend, or stock shelves at grocery stores because they want to go do their go-sees and act and things like that. Then they get a big movie role and they're on their way. So you'll make it. You got the talent, you got the knowledge, you got the love for people, so you just got to put the seed time in.
Abentika says, hey, I hope you're doing well. May I ask, am I getting the SP business contract?
No, but don't get all bummed out, because there's something that comes right up to this that you're going to get that'll be just as good or even better once you look at all of what's there. So don't be bummed out because there's something really good coming in. I just don't know the name of it.
Mary R. says, when will I meet my kindred soul? Or, have I already met him?
No, don't think it's met yet. I would say July of this year, August of this year. That's pretty quick.
looking for one.
Boy, it's amazing with glasses on and glasses off. Holy Toledo's. Turn 55 and you go to the bathroom, come back, I can't see anything.
I can't see anything anyway.
It's that fast.
Christina says, will my daughter find the right man for her?
Yeah, she's just incredibly picky. But, in this category, that's not a bad thing, because if you're picky and you get close to what you want, looking for, the odds of staying with them are that much better. So I can't knock it per se, but it's far and few times in between. And granted, you only need one, but I think it's a couple years out. So a little bit of patience and getting out and activating.
Patty says, is my health doing okay?
Yeah, I do believe so. I think your triglycerides could be a little bit off, and I think you're getting a little bit dehydrated. Make sure you got that water in. They say the rule of thumb is half your body weight in ounces. So if I'm 270, I have 135 ounces of water. You don't have to drink as much as me, but get the water in there, because you don't want the vertigo. You really don't. That's not fun.
Dale says, will I meet somebody soon?
Yeah, I think you'll have a companion coming in about 6-7 weeks. That's not far, so I think you'll be happy with that.
Bev says, will my husband ever get a different vehicle?
Yeah. I think he'll just go to a dealership in the next year or so and just drive something out. But he's going to complain and have the buyer's remorse and have to go through all that. I think a lot of us could do that. I know I did. And then after about 2 weeks of the buyer's remorse, I think he'll be as happy as you can be. And I think he'll fix it up and take care of it, wash it all the time, probably twice a day at some days. So that's nice.
Carrie says, hi Chris, my daughter would like to know if she should pursue the arts or be a professional equestrian or something else. She's
what was the second? Professional what?
Equestrian, like a horse rider.
Wow, you're gonna hate me for this, because I believe she needs to do both. She's one of those people that is just like my mother, would go do 7 things at one time, and they have the energy to do it. I know this is hitting your pocketbook too, but I really would do both. Why? Because she's really good at both of them, and she'll really excel at both of them. So we will do both of them. Kind of like my mother. You can't say, well, Sylvia, be a psychic and don't write. She'd write and be a psychic. So there you go,
Robin says, what is wrong with my fibromyalgia?
Nothing. It's just peaking, because you have to settle your mind. You have to find your way to relax that mind of yours. That's going to do just about everything for you, because you'll be at peace, you'll get your sleep, the depression will calm down, and your body won't feel like it's been put in a blender. Your bones all rattled up. And you have a little bit of arthritis too, and when you sit or you just lay for a long time, you get that body ache. I know I do when I get sick like that. So you just have to kind of move a little bit, and you know the difference between good pain and bad pain, that is. And if something that's bad, you stop, but you can push through a lot of this, and you'll get better. Your immune system is already kicking in, and you're not really taking care of yourself because you just don't feel like doing anything. So you should talk to your doctor about this. They should get you on a nutrition plan and exercise plan, and get it all written out for you, so that, and probably you should pay someone so that you'll actually show up and go, and do that until you learn all the ways of training with it, and then you can do it by yourself. So just making sure you don't injure yourself in the process, of course. Be safe.
Kelly says, hi Chris, I was wondering what my spirit guide looks like.
Spirit guide, have you ever seen Aladdin, and you look at that Jasmine, where long black hair, very large, kind of almond shaped eyes, small nose, fullness of the mouth, kind of like that.
Peggy says, what is my spirit guide's name?
Ingrid.
Ashley says, who is my spirit guide?
I believe she goes by the name of Queenie. Oh, look at those. Oh, I can't see it. Is that cats? Look at all the cats on that one.
I don't know.
Jeez, look at that. Look at Kelly Higgins. Wow, emoji girl.
Carla says, will my youngest son have any more children? His son was stillborn 2 years ago.
Yeah, I believe they will have one more. And I believe the same entity will be coming back in. So theoretically, we haven't lost anything. It's taken a dip and a detour time to come back around and come in. So that's good. That's a good thing.
Bridget says, will our next court date go in our favor so we can move?
Yeah, you'll be able to go. Yeah, there's something that's going to be. It's going to be really on a time thing that you got to do, though. So there's something with a time thing, but it'll go in your favor. So that's what matters. But you're going to have to hustle and do this.
Renee says, "Who is my kindred soul?"
Well, you haven't met them yet, so I don't think it'll happen till latter of this year, November, December time period. Excuse me, pardon me, when it comes in, you'll know it because people can meet people and they agitate you. You meet people and you just feel a connection and the chemistry is there. So you'll know that by this year. And you've waited long enough. Sorry.
Maureen says, "Will my grandpa's wife honor his wishes?"
No, I don't think so. I think she's too narcissistic to think of anything else but herself. I'm really sorry.
Jackie says, "Will my sons be successful in life?"
Yes, I believe so. That when your time comes, which is not for a very long time, mind you, that you look back on their families and things like this and be comfortable with their choices and their living arrangements and their circumstances. So you'll be happy. You'll be happy. Happy parent.
Karen says, "Where did my son put the Nova and Lexus keys?"
Looks like it's in a box, but it looks like the box was moved from somewhere in the foyer, the door entrance, and it looks like it could have made its way out to the garage or something. When you get out of the car, you stack all your stuff on until you get everything settled and what you want to take in the house. Look around for this traveling box. It's in that. I think he put it in there because he carry the box, and he didn't carry the box, and the keys are in there, and there you go.
Trissa says, "Going to court at the end of April. Does it look favorable for the kids?"
Yeah, I believe so, absolutely. Speaking of keys, Chris, I lose my keys constantly. You lose yours? Oh, my God.
Never.
Don't ever give it. I don't even have a key to my own house. Because I just won't keep it. Because I hate anything jingling in my pocket. I hate change in my pocket. Hate keys in my pocket. I hate anything that would rattle in my pocket when I walk.
I hate change, but keys don't bother
Well,
me.
you know those jackets? Like I got a North Face jacket. It's puffy and it's down.
Yeah.
And mom's I can't
wear sweatpants.
Or you
because
swear
of
sweatpants. Oh my God, it just drives me crazy like nails up a chalkboard. I can't walk because I don't like the sound it makes.
I also don't like walking on snow because it makes a very similar sound.
I don't mind that, but I hate when my boots squeak. Like we go.
Oh, that's the worst. Yeah, you have to get your
boots or even tennis shoes. They squeak. Something with the rubber or something with the hardwood floor. You're like, what the hell's this about?
Let's see.
How'd you know? I heard you coming, Chris, a mile away. Why you squeak? Great.
Yeah, that happened with my dress shoes recently. It was really annoying.
Oh, don't you hate it? Or where they break it in and the top goes.
Oh, that's the worst.
God, what's wrong with this? And I've broken down a lot of boots. I'm so tired of breaking the boots. I haven't found a boot yet that I could just put it on and wear it, and I don't go through foot hell for it.
Yeah, that's not a thing. You have to shake the cork in the shoe.
My God. My buddies go out. They say, listen, go out, get the garden hose, fill your boots up with water. Walk around with them for 2 days like that, and they'll be broken in. Yeah, with fungus all over my toes.
Yeah, don't do that. That's a
stuff.
really bad idea.
Yeah. I can just see my shins tie-dyed to the color of the leather that the boots dyed. No, I don't want to do that. Besides, won't they be all hard and icky looking then? I mean, just,
Oh, I can't believe they put the hose in it. That's terrible. Let's see. Let's find a question. Maria says, "Can you please let me know if my store will get approval from the city to open next month?"
I think about the middle of the following month, so 6 weeks.
Let's see.
Stop for a minute. Get it while you can.
Yep. Peggy says, "Can you tell me, should I bring my mother's murderer to justice 34 years later?"
I mean, I would, because this has not been something that you've been able to let go of, and you want closure. So I think it's the only way you're going to achieve your closure.
Victoria says, "We're both funny." Kimmy says, "When will I get my settlement and how much?"
Don't know the dollar amount, but I think it'll be fair. They'll pay everything off, still giving you enough money to do the things you want to do with it, so you'll be in good shape.
Jessica says, "Will I be retiring from my job?"
Yes, not this year, but next year.
Eveline says, "Will I get a divorce? Thank you."
I'm surprised you're asking that, because I think you're going to file in the next couple of weeks.
Leah says, "What do you see my scans as?"
The what ass skin?
Says, "What do you see with my scans Tuesday?"
Oh, scans. I think they're going to see something, but it's going to turn out to be not much of anything at all. So don't panic. It's okay.
Sandra says, will my son be okay as a cop in, it says NO, but I believe that's North Carolina.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he's an honest fellow, and he's certainly athletic. He's as honest as the day long. And, you know, he's going to get in more trouble than I do as a psychic, for God's sakes. He's going to be, you know, throwing people up on the car and putting handcuffs on them and running them down and jumping over fences and all the things that they do. But he's an athlete. He's, you know, football players tackle each other. I mean, he can handle this, and he'll be safe. But, I mean, he's going to get bumps, bruises, scratches. I mean, that's his world that he's in, but nothing crazy.
Kimmy says, will I get the job working for a financial advisor?
Yes, I do believe you will.
Brian says, thank you for your prayers and help.
Anytime. Happy to do it for you. Happy to do it for you all.
Let's see.
I don't remember these many faces of the families and stuff on the side.
Yeah,
Did we
there's
just
a
recently
lot.
get that or something?
What?
Did we just recently get that on this or something? Because I never had that before.
The faces?
Yeah, like
It's been there since we started using this program.
Wow, I just am not very alert, am I?
We're always busy during these.
Hi, Maria Lopez. I see you.
I had one and then I got distracted by that. Beth says, it's financial peace in the cards for me.
You have to make that happen, but yes, you've got to just clamp down and say, this is going to be this. I'm going to do this at this time. Take charge of your time during the day. You be the boss and the manager of your time, and you'll get there.
Carla says, is my friend Dale's cancer getting worse?
Unfortunately, I do believe that you're right. Yes, I'm sorry, but we'll pray for him too, but it doesn't look that good.
Natasha says, is my daughter psychic or just sensitive because of her age?
Sensitive because of her age, but realistically, everybody is psychic to a certain level of extent. Hers, I believe, fits in the normal category, so.
Shelly says, is my husband's health going to be okay?
Yeah, I think he's building back now, so he's going to, actually, I think he's going to surprise you. Even as stubborn as he is, I think he's going to start eating right and taking better care of himself and doing better and things like that. And everybody, I want to thank you for tuning into this YouTube and Facebook Live over live streaming. God bless, stay uplifted, have a very nice day.